Hello everyone, welcome to my channel ECE Scholastic. I am Jasmine. In this session, we are going to solve a problem under signal flow graph. The problem is, find the overall gain C of S by R of S for the signal flow graph shown in the figure. What is our first step? Our first step is to number the nodes, correct? So on seeing the system, we can say that the nodes are numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we no need to perform the first step. So we can solve the problem with the help of the second step. Correct. Our step 1 is to identify the number of forward paths and its gain. We need to find how many forward paths are available for the given system. What is a forward path? A forward path is a path taken by the system in order to reach the output C of S from the input R of S in the forward direction without any loop. Correct. So we are going to identify what are the forward paths available in the system. Let's see. The first forward path is 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 and 4 to 5. Correct? So it is a straight path. I am taking it as path 1. Will you write the forward path gain? Since this is first path, the gain is represented as P1. Therefore P1 is equal to, we will be multiplying all the gains. Correct? That is G1, G2, G3 and G4. Okay? Now we can identify is there any path available. So we have a path that is from 1 to 2, correct, and from 2 to 3 and 3 to 5 through G6, correct. So I am considering that as our second path. Okay. Now how can we write the gain? P2 is equal to G1, G2, G6, correct. Now we can check whether there is any other forward path available. So on analyzing the structure, we can say that there is no forward paths other than these two, correct. Therefore, as a conclusion, we can say number of forward paths K value is equal to 2. Okay. What is the next step? Our next step is to identify the individual loop and its gain. So what is a loop? The starting and ending point must be the same, correct. So if you see this diagram, we can say that from 2 to 3 and 3 to 2 we have a loop, correct. So I am considering that as loop 1. What is the gain of this individual loop? P11 is equal to, I am going to multiply these two gains, that is minus G2 H2, correct. Now can you tell me, is there any other loop available? Yes, we have one more loop, that is from 2 to 3, 3 to 4 and 4 to 2, correct. I am taking that as second loop. How will you write the gain for this loop? So that is second combination of individual loop, that is equal to minus G2, G3, H1. Let me check, is there any other loop available? That is in fourth node we have a loop with one gain, that is G5. I am going to take that as loop number 3. So this is the third loop under individual loop, that is equal to G5. Okay, going to check is there any other loop other than these three loops. So I have a loop that is from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 5 to 2. I have a very big loop. I am taking that as loop number 4. Going to write the gain of this fourth loop, that is P41 is equal to minus G2, G3, G4, H3. Okay, now I am going to check is there any other loop available in the system. So I can say that there is a loop that is from 2 to 3, 3 to 5 through G6 and 5 to 2. The gain is minus H3. Okay. So I am going to consider that as the fifth loop and I am going to write the gain of fifth loop as P51 is equal to minus G2, G6, H3. Further analyzing the given system, we can say that there is no other individual loops. So far we have obtained 5 individual loop and its gain. Okay. Our next step is to identify the 2 non-touching loop and its gain. So in order to identify the 2 non-touching loops, we have to consider all the individual loops we obtained from the previous step. I am going to write the nodes corresponding to each loop. That is, for first loop the node is 2, 3. The second loop the node is 2, 3, 4 and for loop 3 it is 4. For loop 4 it is 2, 3, 4 and 5 and for loop 5 it is 2, 3 and 5. So I need to check whether there is any non-touching loop, 2 non-touching loop, correct. So I am comparing 1 and 2, I have a common node. I am comparing 1 and 3, I don't have a common node. Correct? Here it is 2 and 3 and here it is 4. So I am going to take that as the first combination. Correct? So how will you write the gain related to this? So this is first combination of two non-touching loop. So P12 is equal to, I am going to multiply the gains of these two loop, that is minus G2 G5 H2. Okay. Now I am going to compare first loop and fourth loop. I have a common node. First loop and fifth loop also I am having a common node. Now we shall check second loop with the other loops. Comparing second with 3, 4 and 5, we can say we have common nodes. Similarly, on comparing third loop with the other loop, I can say that loop 5 has no common node with respect to loop 3. So I am going to take that as the second combination. In value of my second combination is, so this is second gain under two non-touching loop. It is minus G5, G2, G6, H3. Okay. On analyzing all the other loops, we can say that there is no other two non-touching loops. So we have obtained two combinations of two non-touching loop. Okay. With this step is over. What is the next step? Our next step is to calculate del and del k. So we know the formula to calculate del. What is the formula? Del is equal to 1 minus sum of individual loop gain plus sum of gain products of all possible two non-touching loops minus sum of gain products of all possible three non-touching loops. Here we don't have any three non-touching loops, so we are letting this to 0. So we can rewrite the expression as this. We have 5 loops, individual loops, and the gains of 5 individual loops is mentioned in the table. Similarly, we have gains of two non-touching loops. Substituting all these values, I will get the answer for del as this. Understood? So with this, calculation of del is over. Next is we need to calculate del k. Since we have two forward paths, k value is 1 and 2, we are having two del values, that is del 1 and del 2. So del 1 represents path 1 and del 2 represents path 2. Okay. So in order to find the values of del 1 and del 2, we have to compare the first forward path with the individual loops. Similarly, the second forward path with the individual loops, and we need to identify, is there any loop which is not touching the or which is not meeting the forward paths. Okay. So I am going to write the nodes related to the first forward path 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the second forward path is 1, 2, 3, 5, and the loops are 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 2, 3, 5. Okay. So in order to calculate del 1, I have to compare first forward path with the individual loop. On analyzing the nodes of first forward path and the nodes of individual loops, I can say that all the loops are touching the first forward path. Therefore, we can write the value of del 1 as 1. Okay. Similarly, we are going to compare second forward path with all the individual loops to calculate del 2. So here we can say that the only node left is 4. Correct? 1, 2, 3, 4 alone is not here. So on checking all these things, we can say loop 3 is not touching or not meeting the second forward path. So we can write del 2 is equal to 1 minus, what is the gain of loop 3? That is P3, 1. Correct. So this is equal to 1 minus G5. All the expressions we have obtained from the previous slide, I'm concluding that the del 2 value is 1 minus G5 and the value of del 1 is 1. Okay. Our next step is to find the transfer function. So how will we find transfer function? With the help of Mason's gain formula. So what is the formula? T of S is equal to 1 by del summation k pk del k. So we know the value of k is 1 and 2. So I am expanding the summation by applying the values of k as 1 and 2. From the previous slides, we have obtained the value of P1 and P2 as this and the value of del 1, del 2 as this. On substituting all these values in this expression, I will get the overall gain or overall transfer function of the given system as this. Okay, our session 20 is over. If you have any queries, please mail me. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.